Hey there. Usually I don't do video posts. Um, Usually I reserve my long rants for, lots of typing, posting on, Facebook. I'll, you know, post stuff on there, whether people read it or not. I don't know. But in this regard is something that is pretty close to me. So I felt this was a pretty good way to, get the point across. Um, so yesterday I was looking at the news and I started to see all these posts about, Joe Biden and Parkinson's disease, and I started seeing more about Joe Biden meeting with a Parkinson's doctor, and then all this rampant speculation about the president and the disease. And the reason why this hits me so hard is because my father is currently battling this disease. He's been battling it for several years, and if anybody that sees this has a parent, a loved one, anybody that they truly care about that is actually battling Parkinson's disease, you know what it looks like when somebody has Parkinson's disease. You know what it does to the body, to the mind, to the spirit. And you will know by looking at Joe Biden, whether it be that debate or what he's done afterwards or even before, that man does not have Parkinson's disease. And the fact that, the New York Times looked at some visitors logs and they saw a doctor who specializes in Parkinson's disease, and just decided to make an assumption that because of the number of visits that this guy made to the White House, that that because he was there, that it had to be something nefarious, and that other news sources like CNN and MSNBC and Fox News and pretty much every news outlet decided to run, post some kind of hit piece headline, and all of this was based off of, his performance at the debate. Because, I mean, if this guy has been coming to the White House for the last 8 months, and why wasn't this a story beforehand? Why is it just now after the debate? Why wasn't it a story 2 weeks ago when Joe Biden met with the world leaders in France? It was face to face with all these people, and was able to get money for Ukraine. Where was all these reporters when he was meeting with these people? And why was nobody reporting that he was out of his mind then? Yeah, but the reason it makes me so upset is that I feel like it does a disservice to people with Parkinson's, because it's them making a mockery of it. And also because if anybody would have truly done true research into this, like, I'm not a journalist, as anybody knows, but I do IT work. So if anybody, just hops on Google, types in Biden, Parkinson's, the doctor's name, you would find that, for the last year and some change, the White House has actually been working on a bill to help Parkinson's patients. It was a bill that was, sponsored by a Republican. It was a bipartisan bill. It was, put through committee in December and was just recently signed by the White House 6 days ago. So you may want, like, anybody wondering, if this bill has been, basically in the process for a year, why would a Parkinson's specialist go to the White House? could possibly have anything to do with this bill to help Parkinson's patients. And especially because once this bill is signed, they're going to create an advisory panel to help Parkinson's patients. Wouldn't you want the best doctors on an advisory panel? And also, this doctor is there treating other people. He's been treating people at the White House since 2012. So, I mean, that's probably that is his main reason for being there. I mean, I saw the letter that he put out. But I'm pretty sure he would also have something to do with this bill that was just signed the other day. But not one news source is sitting there talking about the Parkinson's bill, which is important to the patients. They do a disservice to all the families that are suffering for this stuff because they want to sit and lie and do smear pieces about somebody because, whether it's hatred or they just need hits or they just want to make the guy get out of office. It's disgusting. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and talk politics about people because my issue is the fact that, I have a father that is suffering from this. And, my dad's going to see this because he's on Facebook. And I called my dad when I saw these news articles and I was upset because I've seen my dad upset because of what he's suffering from. And to have these people make a mockery, he has to see this stuff too. Like, I know it probably hurt him because my dad takes this very seriously because he knows what this disease is doing to him. And he knows what, he's going through it. And I'm pretty sure there is thousands upon thousands of other people that are going through this as well, that are seeing these people make a mockery of the disease they're suffering from to basically just get some hits and likes and basically smear man. When this man just signed a bill to help people. The only thing about Parkinson's with Joe Biden was the bill that he just signed to help Parkinson's patients. And not one of these fucking places could even report on that bill. The publicity that should have gone for Parkinson's disease should have been the bill that he signed and not them lying and trying to say that he had the disease. People that were trying to, put this out there to smear this man, whether it be news agencies or people that just wanted to repost this stuff on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, they should be tweeting about the bill that was signed and not making these fake accusations about him. Like, say what you want about the debate, say what you want about his policies, but don't make up these stories about diseases he doesn't have, because it makes a true mockery about people that are truly suffering, and it makes a mockery about people's families that have to watch their families really suffering. And that's all I got to say about that, because I see that man. He's 81. He's old. Yeah, we all know he's old. We all know Trump's old. They're both old. He has a stutter. That's what's wrong with him. I know what it looks like, somebody truly suffering from a debilitating condition that affects the mind. If you want to call being old a debilitating condition, then fine. That's what he has. He has old man syndrome, old man Jenkins syndrome. So, that's what he has. But so does Trump. But don't put shit on him that he does not actually have, that people truly are suffering and dying from. But do acknowledge the things that he is doing to try to help people. Make sure that these, hold these news places accountable for the shit that they're spreading and for the stuff that they're not putting out there. Because now, they're gonna try to move away from what they said about him, but they're not gonna put this bill. It's called HR 2365. This is a bill to create advisory panels for people with Parkinson's, mostly in underprivileged places where they would not normally get treatment. So this should be something that I believe is front and center on all these news stations. If they really want to talk about Parkinson's and people having it, why not put this out there? If they want to throw Parkinson's disease around and talk about people having it and talk about Joe Biden, put that out there. Because like I said, he just signed the bill. So if anybody wants to share something, go to Google, look up HR 2365, and share that. Because that's the only thing related to Joe Biden and Parkinson's disease that should be shared by anybody. Any other hatred that you have for Joe Biden because of his politics or the party he represents or whatever, you can keep that stuff to yourself.